She can leave us if she wants to, or is she?
I think our camper is like right there, right next to the hangar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we're camping right on the thing.
Oh, that's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna go take out some F5s.
I like your boots.
Oh, thank you.
Those are cool. So this is Amelia.
It is windy
Yep.
now.
And then what's your
Very
younger
windy.
sister's name? All right, okay.
Where are we going?
We're gonna put the girls in one of our jets.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Okay. No worries.
Jet class is air show pilot of Oshkosh EAA.
I'm like debating, should I buy an L29 and start racing jet class?
Well, so you want to get one with like a JTD or JT12
I know.
or something.
You gotta have the good
right?
engine,
You gotta have
right?
the big engine, right? But it's a whole lot cheaper than having an L39, that's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the two ones with the JT12s in them were both ours. So Pete's, and then the one, I don't remember his name, he just bought it, but the black and gold one, we used them on contract a long time ago.
Yeah.
We used them in forever.
Wow.
But
so you guys were
we
actually
sold it
using
to those.
Those were actually under your
We had them on
operation?
contract. We didn't use those for we used the F5s for adversary contracts. So just fighting. That's all right. Fighting other fighters.
Yeah.
Just being right there. The L29s we did not. The L29s they used, this before my time, but they had like contracts like doing stuff, fighting against the boat, like they'd be cruise missile simulators or whatever out for the Navy ships, and then they would practice with all their stuff, targeting it and blah blah blah.
Nice.
But we quit doing those kind of contracts because they just weren't as profitable. And so we sold them. We sold the first one to Pete, and they kept the other one for a while, and they just recently sold it to the other guy. But apparently he hasn't gotten his all set yet because he's not nearly as fast as Pete is.
So Joe Chenault owns Chenault Flying Services in North Las Vegas. He's got a flight school out there. He also flies tactical.
Yeah. Give me just one thing, please.
Oh.
Cyril. Hi. We're perfect timing. We're about to go in right now. All right. I'm gonna show these are some good friends of mine. We're in Vegas together, and their little girls are the biggest fighter fans ever. So I want to show them the plane.
All right.
Hi, Tamby.
Hi, Cyril.
Nice to meet you.
Tammy. This is Tommy. He's
Hi.
racing biplane class. Cyril's racing the silver jet
Be
class.
careful.
Okay. Bronx.
Hey. Yeah, right on. No, I'm just showing.
Hey, but see, so far 3 races, 3 wins.
Right? There you go.
I know. I met earlier. Get any good shots?
I think so, but
That's awesome.
I'm at 600 millimeters, and the wind is like.
Oh, the wind's impossible. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
hard to get it in the
tough.
right spot.
So hard
gonna be
right
tough.
now.
I'm just showing them one of Dee's plays.
Are the lights on out there?
I'm gonna show them. Yeah, they're on.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna show them Dee's.
Well, this is kind of empty.
Yeah, we've moved all of our airplanes out because we have to fly them regularly, and with the air show going on, we couldn't fly them. So we moved them all out. So this is a CF5B. Our other ones are F5Es, which are single-seaters, and a little bit different, but basically the same airplane. The only thing I'll caution you guys, I'm gonna put you up in the seat, but it has a hot ejection seat in it. And I have a pin, so do not pull any handles, okay? You got it?
Understood.
All right, cool.
Wow.
Because you'll go right through the roof, and it will not be good, and your mom will be really, really mad. All right. You want to hop in? Okay. So like I said, see this handle right here? Don't touch that. Don't touch that. Don't touch that one. And don't touch that one. Don't touch those two.
Don't
Let
touch
us
it.
in
I'm
again.
not touching it.
You can touch the stick. You can touch. I'll show you. Don't worry. I'll holler if you start to touch something you're not supposed to. So the HUD is out of it. That's why it's missing that big hole there. Because the HUD was broke. We had to replace it. But
Why did that door block door?
what's that?
Why is the door blocked door?
This hangar used to be owned by Bill Lear, and I think they used to do stuff from the second floor. And I don't
And
know.
that one.
Yeah, we don't use those. We keep people from falling.
Good observation, Piper.
What do you think? So your
Hard to
stick,
move.
here's your throttle right here with all the buttons and HOTAS on it. Pretty cool, huh?
Kind of like the
You wanna get
16. Gentle, gentle, gentle.
You want to get a shot? Shoot. But as long as, like I said, as long as she doesn't touch the ejection stuff.
Yeah.
You want a shot with the canopy? You want me to close the canopy on you?
Come here, Piper, for a minute.
So Cyril, this is one of these. This is one of these. So this is one of the ones I was talking about in the leasing stuff. What do you think of that?
Can you hear me?
See one coming off and trying to
Oh,
hide
yeah.
that from your photo. Doesn't make it look bad.
Cool. Didn't you fly F-35 too?
No, just F-15.
Just F-15?
Yeah, I ran the test program for the F-35, but I never flew one. Or the operational test program
Gotcha.
For the F-35, but never flew just the F-15Cs, which was fine by me because it's a much more fun airplane.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's less of.
Well, I saw your
computer.
ZZ on the tail,
You
which is
saw that?
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I did 6 years at Kadena. Two different
Awesome.
tours at Kadena.
Yeah, that's right. Tom and Naha might be coming out to help us out here. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm trying to get him a visa.
Let me know when he comes, because
Yeah,
I'd
definitely.
love to see him.
All right, Piper's turn.
For a good aim.
So that one is in mod. We're building that one. It hasn't flown yet. It said, and we just haven't really had time to work on it. We're restoring that one. This one over here we'll someday get to. The CF5s are just not real high priority for us because they're not our primary contract. We'll use them on the contract. They're just
They're heavy.
not- and these are the only ones we lease. We own all the rest of them. Huh?
But that's a CFI.
Don't try turning it.
All the gray jets are. That one in the one way over there is an F5F, but that one we can't really
There's
go
the
look
throttle.
at because it's in mod. So it's
Just like
sensitive.
that. Yep.
So we
Just
can't
like
look
the
at that
Eagle.
one, unfortunately. There's not much to see but a bunch of wires. But they told me when I said, "Hey, I'm bringing the guy over," and they're like, "Oh, don't go look at that."
The shark nose we jump off.
They don't. Ours all have conical noses. Ours don't have shark noses. They have Lexus and everything, but before the shark nose, got distracted. Perfect. What do you think?
There you go.
This is awesome. We're just looking.
Brakes easy, right? You get trapped in there.
Get the saws all out.
Okay.
Can it be the other one, not that one?
Sure.
I want to go to the back.
You ready? All right. What do you think?
Good.
Yeah, look, it fits you well. It fits you well. Oh, you got to get a shot with you got to get a hero shot with the sunglasses down like that. Oh yeah, yeah, hero shot, like thumbs up. There you go. Aurora, you want to check it out? No.
Grab me like that.
Huh?
You want to come up here?
Okay, Piper, Aurora, and Amelia.
Hey, you guys stand over here.
I can open the
What, you want to see? Oh, now you want to see.
This one's pretty basic. Our other ones, our big ones, they're quite a bit different airplanes, but it's got a big nose on it, radar. We took the guns out of it, but it has the canopy. The cockpit, it looks like an F-35. It's just one giant G3000.
Nice.
All the switches, everyth's digital. All the switches are gone. Everything's gone. You control it digitally. And then we have a mission computer, so we can swap the display between the G3000, normal flying display, and we can put our mission stuff up. So we have a tactical display that has all our radar and all our other RWR and all that stuff on it. Moving map and
So
laid
for
out
like-
all fused
For like,
in our shot data and everything. So and we work a lot with Garmin.
Yeah.
Doing their military stuff. We do a lot of testing for them. And so basically, yeah, we have a separate mission computer made by another contractor with a separate software, but Garmin gives us the ability to basically swap the displays.
wow.
So we can, the whole mission displayed, and we keep a Garmin up on top, we keep a ribbon that has just the critical flight data.
Yeah.
So we always have that, or we can swap it back to the standard G3000 PFD, which is just like, you know, just like what you have in the 24. You know,
Yeah.
all the cool stuff, but it's just one screen. So
Yeah.
the one big screen, I can't remember what the size of, like the 14 by 20 or whatever, the large display they have, and then we have 2 Garmin touch controllers that we can put anything on as well. We can use those as screens. So we don't have as many screens as you guys have in the 24, but very
Nice.
similar. Yeah. What
So do you
think?
have like laser, like for targeting, or like when you're doing aggressive
We use radar.
radar? Okay.
Yeah, so we have a radar. We put our own. We built with another subcontractor. We built a radar for them, and we have a radar in it.
Nice.
And then some jam. We have the ability to jam and some other stuff.
To play war games. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
awesome.
pretty cool. It works great. I mean, and it's a great airframe for it. Just because they're fast, we can go high. They're
So
efficient. They're not nearly as much to run as like a normal fighter would be.
So what's the difference from a T-38 and an F5?
Yeah, good question. So there's actually 3 levels. So you have 38, and then the next level would be like a CF5D, which is actually very similar to like an F5A or B, or F5B really. And then you would have the F5E, which is the other ones we use on contract. So the 38, the different, because it's easier to break it down and talk about this one, the difference. So this has the exact same nose as the 38. Cockpit's basically the same. Airframe is basically the same as the 38. This one was made by the Canadians. They were using them like we use our 38. They were using them to train their Hornet guys as a lead-in. So it has the HUD that's normally in there. It has a Hornet HUD, and we've changed the throttle and stick to make it more capable. But originally had a Hornet throttle and stick and HOTAS, a model Hornet. We've changed that out and put better avionics in it. But that was that's what its original intent was. And the difference between this and 38, you'll notice if you look at the 38, is it has a lot bigger gear in it. We have a chute and a tail hook.
Oh wow.
Where the 38 doesn't, so that's kind of an issue for 38. This is obviously heavier. We have leading edge. These have the wings bigger on these than the 38, and it has leading edge flaps, bigger trailing edge flaps. And the engines on this, so a 38 makes 2,900 pounds of thrust, if I remember right, in max AB, where this one makes 3,800 pounds of thrust, and then the F5E. So that's kind of the difference between this and 38, really, is the leading edge flaps, the bigger gear. It's heavier weight, so it's higher gross weight. The drag chute and the hook. Bigger dash model motor.
Do you use the drag chute, or is that just?
We will if we have to. Yeah, and
Okay.
it's free, it's easy. You can pop it, and it's real easy to repack.
Okay.
So, you know, if we need to, an emergency in a board, or if we're landing on a short runway, we will. Then the F5E, which was a much later version than all these, it's a single seater. It's got a real big, it's the ones you see. It's got a real big long nose on it, you know, because it had guns in it and a radar in it. We've taken the guns out of it, obviously. But that's opened up a lot of space for us to put other stuff.
Avionics
And the
and
difference, big difference between it is it has bigger leading edge flaps. It has bigger, these are called leading edge extensions or LEX. So those are larger, which gives it quite a bit of maneuverability. Because Northrop got the idea for the Hornet, which is not no Boeing, but it was Northrop, the YF-17, and then it became the F-18. The leading edge extensions that are on it, Lexus is what they call them, they got from the idea from not this one, but from the F5E. So these are bigger flaps, and they're auto too, so it's just based off angle of attack and airspeed. It will automatically, so they're maneuver flaps. It's really, really helpful in a fight. And then they have much bigger motors.
And you can break the sound barrier?
Oh, all these can.
All these can, yeah.
So in the F5E has J85 these are J85-15s, if I remember correctly. F5E has J85-23s. So where this one is, like I said, it's, you know, I think 3,800 pounds of thrust. The F5E is 5,000 pounds. So it's twice the per
Wow.
So it's twice the power of a 38.
Wow.
Which really helps it in the maneuver.
With the weight, yeah.
Yeah, and it's heavier, bigger gas. All our gas tanks are right there. None of it are in the wing.
Oh, okay, so that's all gas tank.
This is all gas tanks. Everything between the motor, the whole thing is gas.
Wow.
So, and it's all the 38s, all of the F5s, all of them that way. You know, as you get bigger, they get heavier because we get bigger engines, they get thirstier engines, they hold more gas. So 38's more efficient. We can put these into more places, and you can put a 38 because, like I said, we have the bigger gear, the brake, the speed brake, or sorry, the tail hook and the chute. And then we're putting anti-skids on our F5Es.
Are those glow lights for night formation?
Yeah, so those are what we call formation lights.
Formation lights,
yeah,
okay.
so for just night formation, you can line them up, and if it's completely dark, you can see your formation position.
Do you guys do a lot of night missions too? Or
We do on
yeah?
contract, yeah.
Contract.
Yeah, we do. In fact, I just flew at Fallon for Air Ring Thursday night. I had a
Okay.
late night sortie. And we have MVGs and all that, just like you would.
Oh, nice.
Just like you would. Cyril, go ahead and hop up and take a look. So it's all there, but the HUD. So the HUD was broken, so we're swapping out the HUD. So you won't. The HUD and up front controller is missing. But yeah, go take a look.
What are those flaps for?
These?
Oh,
And
the,
these?
the bottom ones.
Oh, those are speed brakes. Good question. Yeah, those are speed brakes. Really good question. And then we can hang externals too. We can put tanks on the wingtips. We have we can put a 150-gallon external tank on the center line. On our F5Es, we can do 150-gallon or 275-gallon tanks, which is giant. It looks like the tank is flying the F5. Huh? That's the engines. Let me get a flashlight. You can see it. Way back there?
Tampy, can we buy one of these? We can beat this. Break the sound barrier. It's got fresh tires.
Yeah, right. These things land really fast. They go through tires quick.
Wow.
They go, and they don't have anti-skid.
Oh, really?
These don't. We actually designed anti-skid for the F5Es. We're about to install it. And then once we get them installed on these, then we're going to try to fit them to these and sell them on, put them on these and have that as an option for guys, which will help a lot. But yeah, there's a lot of braking with not much wheel. The brakes in these are poor, to be honest with you. The F5E brakes are a lot better. They're more hydraulically assisted than these are. They're a lot better.
So takeoff roll.
They're good enough, but it's basically the same brakes as an 30.
What are you using for like takeoff roll, landing roll distance?
It really depends on the weight, but takeoff depends on the weight and then it's the altitude, obviously. But let's just talk about F5E. On takeoff on an F5E, we're about 3,000 feet, 3,500 feet.
No, that's not bad.
And then landing, I mean, we have, I've done it in 5. We don't like to land anything any shorter than 6,000, 7,000 foot runway. I mean, I've done it. I've landed and stopped in 5, 4,500 feet, because the one runway we use in San Diego is pretty short. I think it's at North Island. The short runway is, I want to say 6,500, something like that. And so we have to stop and land. This one is based out of an airfield that has 5,500 foot runway. So, it can do it. If you land on a runway like that, though, you are popping the chute. So I've stopped going to 4,500 feet without popping the chute. But it's comfortable. You want 7,000 feet to be comfortable.
So you don't really have any civilians working with you, all prior military experience, obviously?
So we have as far, well,
pilot-wise.
Pilot-wise, our contracts require them to be all military guys.
Cool.
Yeah. And so all of us are either retired or former, or we have a few guys that are in reserve still.
Okay.
On the pilot side, that's just the contract requirement. They have to have, we have to have, I don't remember what it is, but different contracts, different things. It requires a certain amount of tactical fighter hours.
Okay.
Per the contract. But on the mechanic side, we have quite a few APs that work military.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What is the intake up there?
Where are we looking?
The little one?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, that is for
APU?
bypass. That's for we actually don't have an AP there.
No APU. Oh.
Yeah, that's actually for bypasser.
Oh.
So, because these are turbojets. There's no bypass air going around them at all. So unlike Tommy's jet, where it has the fans and it gets a lot of bypass air to keep the backside of it cool. These have no bypass air, old school engines, right?
Oh, gotcha.
And so what that does is it forces air. If we go look at the afterburner section, you'll see all these little grates around it. I'll show you. When you look at the afterburner section, there's all these little holes. burn through the metal. So what they do is they force the cool air in on the boundary lever, and it creates a boundary layer of air that separates the fire from the metal,
Oh, wow.
and it keeps it from burning up the metal.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean,
That's
it's
really
basically
amazing.
we're just dumping raw fuel
Right.
back in the front. It's basically a
yeah.
rocket motor.
Right.
And so it's really hot.
Yeah.
So to keep it from heating all this is they put that cool air through, and it just
Oh,
creates a
okay.
little boundary layer, just enough
Right. Just
to keep it
enough.
from melting
wow.
metal.
And you have it on both
On both sides, yeah, and it
okay.
just basically just ducks right down to it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just, you know, how it's designed. You know, in more modern engines, because these are older engines, which means they're loud.
Yeah.
On more modern jet engines, even fighter jet engines, they have bypass air that goes around the outside of the engine, and they
Okay.
use that to help keep the engine cool, as well as it makes them a lot more efficient, and then also they use it for this stuff as well.
What are the engines that these guys?
They're called J85s. Yeah. And we have them up against the wall over there. They're not very big. They make a lot of power, but they're not very big. So you can see them right there up against the wall. They're not very big, and that's
Oh, wow.
yeah, that's with the burner section and stuff. So
Oh,
you
wow.
take the burner section off, and the engine's, you know, is not big.
Hey, where are you?
Right up there on the wall. Those are all engines.
Oh, those were. They aren't.
So we have avionics back in here that get hot, and so on the ground this will open, and it runs electric fan, sucks air through to keep everything cool on the ground.
I don't need to.
What do you think? Sweet. Yeah, they're nice.
What?
They fly so smooth. It's you'd be surprised. It's like really, it's such a smooth airplane. Really.
Let's her to move.
It takes so much energy.
Ooh, that sounds like the Osprey.
Oh yeah, the Osprey's doing a demo.
Yep, it's 251.
Can we go?
That's the Osprey. Let Daddy finish.
Now we're gonna close the canopy.
That's fine.
There it is.
Drag chute right there, landing gear.
Oh my goodness,
Down
the
there.
drag chute has a little parachute with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Jettison fuel
Where does it say that?
right there.
Oh, the
Don't
little
touch.
button.
Mm-hmm.
This is throttle. There's some button back here.
Yeah, those are breakers.
What? What is that switch back for? There's a
Goosebumps.
switches. That's cool. Ooh, hey Dad, look. The light up switch. Yeah, gold one right there.
Mm-hmm. Says bombs arm.
Oh.
Yeah. You can arm your positions of armament. The wing. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe move the rudder.
No.
Ooh, there's off. Where is the startup button?
Engine start buttons, left and right there.
1, 2.
So you click the fuel shut off valve. Once power, you hold that button down, it should start, I think. And then you have to go from off to idle when the fuel's in night.
And then once you go to max, you can't go any faster.
No, max is afterburner.
It looks the same.
That's cool.
Where is the hush push button?
Horse purse is
Purse.
that's horse purse.
That's a her first button.
It's different. Other than that,
Do you fly single pilot all the time, or
Sometimes we'll fly some back, but mostly it's single pilot.
what's the job in the back? Is there anything?
Oh, there's no job.
There is
It's
no
ride,
job.
Ride along for fun.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, right along for fun. So sometimes we'll take our crew
Observation or
chiefs,
something.
or we'll take our some of the guys in the company sometimes. Or
Very nice.
we'll if we're going somewhere, then we'll put a pilot in the back just
Okay.
to get. So
Get
we're not
them-
flying an airliner
Yeah, might as well. It's an empty seat, right?
because we always take more pilots than we do airplanes.
Yeah.
Just because of the high, we do a high utilization rate on them. So
Okay.
the plane will fly all day long, but the guys may only fly morning or afternoon.
All right.
But yeah, so we will fly them in the back. This one I don't think has a hot back seat in it. Which just means it has the CADs removed for the explosives.
Mhm.
Oddly enough, the ejection seat, the explosives and maintaining and getting the stuff for the ejection seat is probably the hardest thing about these. It really is.
Yeah, I heard hot seats are expensive, right, to maintain
It really, and it's because of that, because there's so few people, especially if it has an older seat. Like these are older seats.
Mm-hmm. What year
No
is
one's
this?
manufacturing the seat anymore. So.
What years?
This airplane?
Or similar F5s?
So I don't know honestly, I do not know on the CF5Ds what year they are. I will tell you on our F5Es, they were all built around 79 to, I want to say around 78, 79
Wow.
in that time frame.
40 years old.
Yeah, we've modified them a lot. Oddly enough, they have very low hours because they were built. The history on ours were they were built, they were put in service in Alconbury in England with the aggressors squadron. One of the aggressor squadrons there, I think, was the 527th. Then they shut down the F5 aggressor program because they were going to transition to F-16s, and they sold those airplanes to Jordan. Jordan didn't fly them very much, so our airframes only have like maybe 2,000 hours on them.
Wow, that's very.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of hours on them. But I think the majority of ours were like 79 models, 78, 79 models.
Cool.
The E basically was developed, I want to say, in 76, 77, the E and F. And then and it hit the street then. And then the Navy ones are a little bit later, and they've all, so after they made the E's and F's, and they made one called an N, and those were in the early 80s, and that was the Navy ones. Same airplane as our E's, not this, but then our E models. It just had a different nose and a different leading edge extension on it. We had what's called a shark nose, which is just instead of a conical nose, it kind of has a flat
one.
duckbill platypus
Yeah.
look to it.
Like a hammerhead or something.
Well, cool.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah,
for
man.
the
Girls,
tour.
did you have fun?
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah, did you get some hero shots in front of it? You want to? You and your sister should get one like standing right here, or right here up in the nose of it.
There you go.
There you go. Future ace.
That is not a smile.
That is not a smile. That's not a good face. You don't want to get rid of that face.
All right, you're good.
Barbara, you want to go take a picture over there? Go take a
Yeah.
picture.
Put on your Top Gun glasses. Nice.
Chill. Okay.
Cool. Well, I'm glad we were able to make that work. I wish we had more planes in the hangar.
No, that was awesome. We don't get to see that kind of stuff
We can go
every
out
day.
this way, it's a little
Is that
quicker.
okay?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little quicker.
Hypo was asking what
It's a heater.
Which one?
the one making all
clicking?
the clicking
Oh.
up there.
Yeah.
With
Believe it or
lights.
not, that's to keep birds out.
the, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
wow.
need to
The
get one.
clicking
You
apparently.
need to get one too.
And it works because we don't get pigeons in here.
No, at
There's
the
something
airport
with
hangar.
the clicking that
Really?
bothers them. Yeah.
So where do you get that from?
I have no idea.
Interesting.
No idea.
No, at the hangar in North Las Vegas.
Yeah, we have bird problems in our hangar too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you guys
So do
do.
you have one of those in your
No,
hangar there as
no,
well?
Unfortunately not.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but it works. We've never had a pigeon come in here, so
Oh.
whatever it is,
We'll have to look into that one.
I can't sleep.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah, see you.
Thank you.
Yeah, see you guys. It's
All right.
fun.
Thank you. Nice meeting you.
All right, thanks to Joe for giving us a tour of the F5 over there. Oh, look, V-22 Osprey. Tour of TACT Air. They do all the aggressors contract with the U.S. military. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed that segment. That was a bonus.
Flew the UH-34 and you're the first